Hello, good evening, and potato. Or something. Welcome to another episode of Beer Club. And I'm currently filming this on New Year's Eve. I've taken my PerfectDraft machine around to my friend's house. And I so happen to have taken a couple of kegs of beers from Camden Town Brewery. So this video is going to feature reviews of Camden Pale Ale, Camden IPA and Camden Hells Lager. So I hope you enjoy this episode of Beer Club. Probably a bit late for me to be saying this, but happy 2024. Right, let's get the let's roll the intro. So, as I had mentioned before here on the channel, I'm a big fan of Camden Town Brewery. I visited their tap room in London in 2022, and shortly after my visit, which I sort of made a video of that, Camden Town actually got in touch with me and very kindly sent me a box of their beers to review as well. So yes, I was very happy with that. You know me, I'm not one to turn down the offer of a free beer, and I'm certainly happy to sing the praises of Camden Town as a brewery. They haven't yet made a beer that I haven't enjoyed thoroughly, and I'm sure that will continue. With that in mind, as I said in my slightly drunk introduction there, I'm going to be reviewing a trio of PerfectDraft kegs from Camden Town Brewery. So the first one of these is what I had put onto the machine for the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day period when I had family over. This is the Camden Pale Ale. It's an American style pale ale that comes in at 4% ABV, and it has been brewed with numerous different hops including Columbus, Cascade, Amarillo and Citra. As you can see, got myself a proper Camden Town pint glass to pour this into. I mean, come on, it has to be done. So here we go. Beer in the glass. We've got ourselves a clear golden amber colour in appearance, with 2 fingers of slightly off-white head and some really nice looking levels of carbonation. Straight away I'm picking up lots of pleasant aromas from the beer. I can definitely detect that Cascade and that Amarillo in there. It smells really, really juicy and inviting. So without further ado, let's dive in, shall we? We're getting a beer that on the taste is very quaffable, very drinkable. It's malty, biscuity and a little bit juicy. I'm getting lemon, there's some mango, I'm getting some grapefruit in there too. The carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth very nicely, leading to a lovely aftertaste without being too overly bitter. It probably could have done with a little more bitterness on the back end personally, but still very, very enjoyable. We certainly got through a few pints of that during the festive and New Year period. So the next beer I'm going to review is the Camden Hells. I've actually reviewed this before on the channel, but for completionist sake, we may as well include the review here as well, just so we've got the 3 Camden beers covered in one video. When I originally had this in 2022, it was a new keg at that time. I really enjoyed it. In fact, it ended up becoming one of my top 5 PerfectDraft kegs of 2022. So naturally, I've reordered it again. This Hells Lager is coming in at 4.6% ABV. Upon pouring in the glass, we're getting ourselves a straw-coloured beer, nice and crisp and clear. There's plenty of carbonation rolling up the glass, and we're getting about 2 fingers worth of lovely white head. On the aroma, it smells lovely and crisp, nice and malty, and a little spicy and peppery on the back end. On the taste itself, we're getting a light, smooth, sweet lager, nice and wafer-like and biscuity, with a subtle bitter finish on the back end. Not overly bitter, but enough to make this a well-balanced beer, and one that's very drinkable indeed. You could quite easily drink a few pints of this, and we certainly did at this New Year's Eve party, put it that way. It's a good British thirst quencher, it's crisp and refreshing, Light, clean, smooth, hoppy and sweet. And it's a lager that would be great with food as well, particularly pizza or an assorted meats and cheeses board, which is exactly what we had when we went to the Camden Town Beer Hall. We had ourselves a meat and cheeses board with some Camden lager to go with it. Yeah, superb. This is a great Hells lager to enjoy with your mates, and it comes highly recommended from me. Right. Okay, so we've had a couple of different Camdens. Now we're going to try the latest one that they've released. This is a Camden IPA, an Indian Pale Ale. So we're going to whack this in the Perfect Draft machine now for this New Year's Eve party and see how it goes on with people. And everyone's going to have a go. Okay, so as my slightly drunken past self has just said, we've got ourselves the Camden IPA in the Perfect Draft machine next. This is a West Coast style IPA, coming in at 5.8% ABV. Once poured into a glass, we're getting ourselves a distinctively straw-coloured beer with a lovely frothy white head. On the aroma, it's very floral indeed. There's hints of flour dough and white bread. It makes for a very pleasing and welcoming smell. Upon taking your first taste, the various different hops will hit you in different layers. You start off with big citrusy notes of mandarin orange and grapefruit, followed by a big tropical punch of pineapple, peach and guava. The hops also give the beer some woody notes, which is often the case in a West Coast IPA, giving you a hoppy punch with medium to high bitterness that's well balanced out by the sweetness. We're getting ourselves a crisp and refreshing finish with a lingering hoppy mouthfeel that's very pleasant indeed. So another winner from Camden Town on the Perfect Draft, and I hope to see more of their beers become available as kegs as well. Right, that's it for another episode of Beer Club. If you have enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like and a comment, share this with your friends across your social media platforms, subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this, and whilst you're doing the whole social media thing, then, well, you might as well follow me on my social media platforms as well. Right, I'm going to go pour myself another drink. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you again next time. A Happy New Year to all of you from everyone at Beer Club. Here's to a great 2024. Cheers. Hey! Hey!